on Friday, or a little bit before, long-range box office projections for Aquaman and all the other movies coming out December 21st in the US came out. That would also be Mary Poppins Returns and Bumblebee. And all three of them, at least now, those early projections are lower than they probably would be if each one of these movies had their own weekend to open, by themselves without, the other two there. And I'm going to talk about that, but let's get into these figures. I'm on Heroic Hollywood, which lists all of them. I'm not going to read the article because basically it just lists the figures, which I can just tell you right now from reading it. Aquaman on December 21st, in the United States, by the way, this is its North American opening weekend, is projected to make 40 to 60 million, from the Friday to Sunday weekend. Bumblebee, 15 to 25 million. And Mary Poppins Returns, 30 to 50 million. Now, the good news is, if you're a DC fan, Aquaman is at number one. But the bad news is 40 to 60 million isn't that much. And if, that holds, it's going to be because the box office is being divided between three potential blockbusters. Now, these are early, long-range projections for movies that come out almost 2 months from now. And this early, they can always go up. I'm pretty sure as we get closer to that weekend, Warner Brothers is going to ramp up marketing for Aquaman, and Disney's going to ramp up marketing for Mary Poppins Returns. And, I don't know how the other movies, Mary Poppins Returns and Bumblebee, how their studios are going to do their release schedule, but Warner Brothers is doing it so that Aquaman's going to open in other countries before it opens in the US on December 21st. So I think China and India get it December 7th. And then, the UK and Russia get it December 13th and 14th that weekend. And then, December 21st is when it hits America and Canada and stuff. So there will already be reviews and hopefully good reviews and good word of mouth to buoy Aquaman. So that will probably help it between that and, the ramped up marketing to open up higher than 40 to 60 million. Hopefully, right? But even so, that would be so much easier for the movie to achieve if it didn't have two other blockbusters opening the same weekend. And as for Mary Poppins Returns, I think that originally that was supposed to open December 21st in the US, December 25th in the US, a week after Aquaman. But Disney moved it up, and I feel they did that to slap DC in the face because they like to do that with DC, hurt the DC movies. But even so, don't they think that Mary Poppins Returns would just make even more money if it was opening December 25th on its own weekend? Is potentially crippling Mary Poppins Returns, box office receipts worth slapping DC in the face? What's more important? You making as much money as possible or, elbowing the competition? Now, again, it's early. Like I said, these are early projections, long-range projections. They will go up as we get closer to the weekend. So it's possible that maybe both Aquaman and Mary Poppins Returns on that December 21st weekend, they'll both be able to just dominate the box office. Well, make a lot of money regardless of who's number one that opening weekend. Because they are two different kinds of movies. One's a musical family movie and one's, an action movie. So, it's possible, very possible that they will play to different audiences. So, maybe Disney and Warner Brothers, they both know what they're doing. And, I'm kind of, worrying or causing or noticing problems that aren't there, worrying over nothing. We'll see. And then, of course, it's also always possible that one of them could move because, it's these days movies have moved, right before they come out. The studios have changed their mind. Infinity War was originally supposed to open the first weekend of May. And I think 3 weeks before then, Disney moved it to April 27th, the weekend before, or a month before, to run from Deadpool 2. So, it is possible that, next month in November, Warner Brothers might move Aquaman or Disney might move Mary Poppins Returns. And of course, there's also another movie that's opening December 21st is I think the Deadpool 2 re-release, PG-13, which is either a re-released PG-13 movie of the movie that Deadpool 2 that already came out, or it's some Christmas Deadpool movie. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but that's also a factor. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that both Mary Poppins Returns and Aquaman are important to their respective studios. So I'm sure that, Warner Brothers and Disney aren't just going to sit there and if they see that one of these movies could fail, they're not just going to sit there and let it happen. I mean, they're going to do everything they can. I mean, I know in Warner Brothers' case, in the DC movie universe's case, they can't afford to have Aquaman be a clunker. Not after Justice League. They need Aquaman to succeed to help the DCEU's reputation. Now, I'm not saying I don't think Aquaman's going to succeed. I really want it to. And, you know, if I see anything that might threaten that, I'm like, oh. But again, I'm not saying that I don't think the movie's going to, you know, do well. I think it still could do very well. But, you know, I'm not blind. I do know that there are like three other maybe potential blockbusters, you know, coming out at the exact same time. So, you know. But as I said before, I think in a previous video, opening it in earlier countries, you know, before the December 21st US release date will help it, because it'll already have made most of its money, or a lot of its, you know, opening money, like in China and India and stuff, before it gets to my country, America. And, you know, those early positive reviews, hopefully positive reviews and audience buzz, will carry the movie and increase excitement here in the States. So, you know, I think Warner Brothers they've already strategized how to deal with this potential Mary Poppins, Bumblebee, Deadpool 2 problem that they have potentially, you know, nipping at their heels. And, you know, Mary Poppins Returns, if you're concerned about Mary Poppins Returns, you know, I'm sure Disney's going to ramp up the marketing for that to get the families coming in. As for Bumblebee and Deadpool 2, I don't know. I mean, Deadpool 2, I don't know. I mean, that's a wild card. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal if it's basically a rehash of the same movie. But maybe if it's some kind of last-minute Christmas movie, maybe that could be a problem. But I don't know. I think it's pretty much between Aquaman and Mary Poppins Returns that weekend in terms of who's going to make the most money. But what do you think? Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.